I'm Skullduggery.
And I'm Boondoggle. And today we're going to jibber-jabber about Helluva Boss in general. Just what we like, what we don't like, just inconsistencies,
There's many episodes to
annoyances,
go.
pretty much anything with our lovely guest, Jinxy.
Hey! I'm sorry, I don't have much more of an opening than that.
No, that was perfect.
There's many episodes to go over.
Yeah, most of the points I have are
All right, I think
random.
we'll start with you, Jinxy. I'm really interested. Go ahead. I love random notes.
Ours are all random to you.
That's alright. Yeah, mine are, like I said, mine are kind of all over the place, but to start off with, like, the tone and flow, I find, like, it's always been kind of off, but I find in recent episodes it's just kind of fallen apart. Like, there is no tone. Like, it's, for example, like, that one episode, I personally think it was really good. Ever since, let me just bring up the YouTube channel. I'm gonna look at it.
Go ahead.
I guess really, I guess Queen Bee was like the biggest start to it, but ironically,
Seems like it.
yeah, but like over, I think as early back as season 2, episode 1, where you meet like Stolas's father and the general that really stupid backstory of Blitz and Stolas knowing each other as children. I really don't like that narrative. It just, I feel like it was good with what we had. The comedic setup of Blitz somehow wooing him for the book, for this book that can transport them to the living world. I thought that was enough. They didn't have to do that. But on top of that, I just found the pacing of that episode where, like, Stoll is clearly having, like, a thing for Blitz throughout it. And then at the end, where he's finally seduced by Blitz, who fucks him out of pity. That was just... I found the pacing in that episode was quite bad, but it wasn't nearly as bad as the episode that came right after that, and I was seeing stars, and I remember just overall, like, ever since then, I've just kind of been seeing a slow disintegration to pacing. For me, like, one of the, like, the 3 big ones for me was, like, that we had a really, I thought the episode was really good. The X's and O's one with Moxie. It was really cool to see Moxie's backstory, and that was actually really cool. I love Grimm as a character. He actually seems really threatening. I actually want to see more of him. I hope they don't destroy him like they did with Strider. Like, Striker. But yeah, Moxie's, like, emotional flashback. In the background, you can just see those dildo jokes. Like, you can see the literal dildos in the seats, like, when he's, like, coming out of the flashback before. And it's just throwing off the tone of the episode so much. I really hated Chaz. I absolutely despised that character so much. My favorite part was the fact he's dead. I really am glad. My notes for Chaz are just, I hate Chaz. He was not funny. I'm glad he's dead. The only mildly funny thing was he slept with both Moxie and Millie. Even then, I quickly forgot, and then I wanted him dead. And that is...
And then Blitz had to get in on that action. I guess.
He made it more bearable. It is kind of funny, the fact that he wants to sleep with him as well, just so he can get closer to Moxie and Millie is genuinely kind of funny.
He had to kind of see how it felt somehow, and that was sleeping with Chaz.
It's kind of like how an indirect kiss works.
Just, like, for such a serious episode, like, I found, like, the comedy was so almost childish, because it was basically just all penises. That was the joke, right? And, like,
yes.
Oh man, those dildos ruined the whole flashback after.
Go on.
Yeah, it just... I found it, like, it wasn't always, like, the dildo thing. It was funny to hear Blitz's reaction to it. And, like...
Yeah, that was funny, but...
Yeah. It just threw it off so much. And then in the Western Energy one, which I absolutely despised, there was...
I can't stand that episode.
I hate it so much. The pacing is so dead in it. Like... Stoll being stabbed repeatedly, which should be a really cool, heartbreaking scene. is just like he's like coming back with like these really
Ruined.
his comebacks. Now, I guess some people might enjoy them, but personally, I just felt like they were so like he wasn't even he couldn't take the situation seriously. Like it was always about like how big like Blitz's dick is, and he's being stabbed to death. And I was just like, can we not focus on the scene with a little bit more gravity of what's going on? And on top of that,
we want more severity.
You're being stabbed to death here, hon.
Exactly. And then like it's always cut in and out of this like silly vet visit. And the whole time, like with Luna and Blitz,
God.
And I'm just like, this is just so shit. And like,
stop showing me the fucking vet place, the fucking hospital. Oh my god, please.
I know, and it wasn't even that funny. I found like there were certain parts of it that were, but like not much.
Oh god, then the fighting scene is ruined.
I know.
By the song and the vet thing of switching in and out. Like, please, I don't need to see. I like to see Millie and Moxie fighting for their life against Striker, but I don't need to see Blitz fighting for his life against his daughter.
Again.
Come on. Yeah, you know in season 2, episode 2, he had to fight for his life.
And then, this was a little bit, this was back into Seeing Stars, but there was this, like, very...
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we're on the Seeing Stars, but I want to add something to what you said something that reminded me of that. Okay. There was, this is a little off, there was a part where Millie was addressing, like, the little singers for Striker's song.
Oh, God.
I did not realize that they were that tiny.
Yeah, that's a good point. They're like...
And in that scene, Millie's head looked abnormally huge.
It was huge. Like, what the hell, girl?
And the real point I want to get to is... Previous episode, or Millie took on a whole mob and you know, flourished and just basically destroyed everyone, got her husband back, and suddenly she can't fight Striker?
Yeah, and like literally when he sends the axe flying her way, I noticed and stuff is that she like literally kind of closes her eyes, like she's gonna accept possibly being decapitated by an axe. Like what, can you maybe dodge or something? You're gonna die, man. But no, and she gets stuck.
She like submitted.
Yeah, and she got stuck there, and we don't even know how she gets out of there. But you know, because Striker's got a strangle Moxie once again. He had to finish that strangulation from episode 5 of season 1.
And talking about episode 5, season 1,
oh god,
Striker like easily took on Millie and Moxie, threw them down the stairs,
still beat the crap
out
of them,
her basement. So what is what here? But let's go back to what you were saying about Seeing Stars.
Yeah, no, those are good points as well. But yeah, with the Seeing Stars episode, I found with that one it was so rushed as well. There's a number of reasons for it. Number one being like there's the scene where like Blitz gets mistaken for Brandon Rogers and Octavia actually kills Brandon Rogers. That was actually a pretty funny little joke. But yeah, they get thrown into the back of a van, and then they suddenly remember the stakes of Octavia going missing. And then there's just this random emotional scene, and I'm like, what is the pacing here? I'm sorry. I'm just...
What is the vibe here?
I know. And like on top of that, this is kind of to lead into just pacing in general, with everything with Blitz and Stolas, like as a romantic relationship.
Yeah, those two.
There's, after the big fight they have at Ozzy's, well, not even a fight, like, whatever you want to call it, the emotional...
The big falling out.
We've never gone back to that problem, though.
The following episode never addresses it. They never behave really any differently than usual.
No,
that's a good point.
Even Stolas makes a sexual joke or remark towards Blitz like it's normal.
Yeah.
Right before he's about to perform. And I'm like...
Like, dude, you just learned that you make him uncomfortable. Now you're remarks.
And then Blitz even, I guess, liked it and stuff. It's like, no, he didn't like that stuff done to him. That was the whole point.
Go on, Jinxy.
Yeah. Go on.
No, it's a good point. It's just... Generally...
Just weird.
Yeah, it was very weird. And this is the kind of thing, like, I would see... Like, maybe if they had some space between each other, maybe they broke up, for example. And maybe they were forced to be together because, you know, Octavia steals the book because, you know, things aren't working well at home. She wants to see the stars. So they're
Yeah.
forced to interact with each other, and maybe as they're interacting with each other, they find they're starting to enjoy each other's company instead of just feeling awkward around each other, right? And
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have done that.
it could
That
have
would have been better.
that would have been a bit better. It's not perfect, but I feel like that would have been better. Instead, it's
Would have helped
just
it a little bit.
they never had that. They never had that moment to cool off or to rethink things or to reevaluate what they had together.
Yeah, point in here is we don't actually know what the timelines are going on in the show. We don't know how long it's actually been since the
Osmodeus?
Ozzy's fiasco and to this. We know it happened, but we don't know how long it's been. So, kind of hard with the timeline here.
I find in general with the show, like especially with Blitz and Stolas, like let me look at my notes.
That
real quick.
timeline now, yeah, is all
It's all whack.
whack.
It's crazy.
It's all fuck to the wind.
The entire relationship just feels unearned. At first, I could see it working, like when it was more of a comedic joke, like Blitz is fucking Stolas for the book, right? That
Yeah.
was funny.
Feelings.
I could slowly see it turning into something more, but they
Yeah,
had
like
to
the slow burn.
yeah, it's just like the slow burn of a
Oh, yeah,
relationship. Yeah, like I could see.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. You make such a good point. It just reminded me. How do we know if, like, really, like, Blitz gives a fuck about Stolas when he called him and said, "I'm kidnapped by Stryker"? If the main character doesn't give a fuck that that Stolas is
In danger.
in danger, why should the audience give a fuck that he's been kidnapped by Stryker and is in danger?
Okay, even Stolas doesn't think he's in danger. He even literally says, "Oh shit, am I actually in danger here?" Like, yes, you are. But even he didn't think he was.
So
So
yeah,
how are we
what
supposed to
is
think he
what are they to each other? Go on.
Oh, they've never, like, why does Blitz actually possibly want to be more with Stolas? And why does Stolas want to be more with him? I mean, they don't really show it that well of why these two want to be together.
Exactly. They
It's kind of forcing them together.
they really
Like puzzle
they
pieces
just
that can't fit.
Jam them in.
jamming them in, and you can't fit them together because it's not
Use super glue.
they I find they skip
Jam
all
it in.
the
Exactly.
important parts of them bonding together, like little moments, like just even
They
if
could have shown
had-
us little moments.
yeah, little moments of them kind of enjoying each other's company, like actually enjoying it, and just generally like maybe bonding, learning something new from each other. I could have seen
Yeah.
this drama working out much better, but they never did. It just went from comedic like side joke to this is an actual drama. It feels so unearned and frustrating. And I really hate it. I just genuinely wish they would just drop this relationship at this point or fix it because I'm just so sick of it. Kind of. Just,
I'm hopping off the Stolitz train.
I
Oh,
know.
God.
It just feels like a tumor.
While
in the
it's
show
moving.
now.
Yeah. It's just from, like, okay, episode 5 is a good point and stuff where we didn't actually see anything in episode 5 that showed that they would like each other more. Blitz literally only saved Stolas in that episode and stuff from being killed by Stryker because he says he still needs the book. I remember that. Of him saying, I still need my meal ticket to get up there. At episode 6, because I just want to make my point here of seeing that they haven't really shown anything for want these two to be together. Somehow in the Truth Seekers one, it's like literally the next episode and stuff where Blitz is having, that truth serum stuff is making him and Moxie having weird little hallucinations. So his is all a bunch of weird shit of just people that in his life that he just has either fucked over or just not have a good relationship
Either people
with.
that he's fucked over or people who's fucked over
Just
him.
those relationships are all burned, I guess. And
All the bridges that he's burned.
Stryker was there to try to tempt him into another business or something else or something he possibly wants to be. I'm not really sure. And then you see Stolas sitting like in a very gold throne, and he's like got light on him, heavenly light, like he's supposed to be Blitz's ideal lover, I guess, or something. Savior, but he's like literally chained.
But he's also
Like,
chained to him.
He's chained to him, and literally,
That's mixed messaging.
yeah, Stolas literally pulls him closer by closer. I'm like, okay, so
Like, is this Stockholm?
does he like it? And then we had episode 7, which where that whole stuff goes down. But it's like, why do they want anything more with each other? Because I'm talking about these episodes, and I'm like, right now, the episodes I'm talking about, when did Bliss feel that he wanted more from him in either of these episodes? Because I didn't see it.
Exactly. It just feels so forced. And this whole thing with like the text messages that you see in the most, I guess you could say the most recent episode, because like technically it's like the latest development. Western energy, right? Like, at the end of it, they show all these text messages and stuff, and it just, for me, it felt like such a cheap writing loophole that they're basically all the stuff of them showing anything more from each other. Like, it was all done in a text message, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, that.
yeah, it's like, are you saying like their intentions for each other? It happened off screen. Like, you can't do that. You gotta show them actually.
Okay, I literally had to go back and actually see what the texts were.
Yeah, we had to
because they
freeze.
did it in a text.
We had to freeze frame that shit.
They did it literally in a text. I can't believe you actually talked about the problem in a text. I literally can't believe they actually did that.
I know. I was amazed. I'm like, this seems like a really big deal.
It's
like,
lazy.
That was so shittily done.
I know, and it just proves to me that this whole relationship thing between Stolas and Blitz, it became like, I don't know, like what the show started off as was kind of like a slice of life thing, kind of like a Blitz is like a Michael Scott-esque character. He wants to be really close with his co-workers, Moxie and Millie, almost to like the point of like he inserts himself as like a third party to their relationship. He's like, he really wants to have a family, wants to have that kind of feeling since he never got it as a kid, right? This whole thing
Feel the emptiness in his heart.
Exactly. This
Fill the
whole thing
void,
with
so to
Stolas
speak.
just seemed, this whole drama seems like such a second, like an afterthought to what the pilot was. And honestly, it's been so lazily executed that I just wish they go back to the slice of life thing. Like, just generally. And
I feel like if you just take out the problem that they're not even really dealing with and stuff, it feels like it almost feels like they just want to get past that they even brought that Stolas and Blitz are having a problem here now and just want to go back to normalcy.
Yeah. And we literally just rewatched the Osmodius episode because we wanted to be like refreshed for this.
Yeah, we did.
Like, that night was brutal. Like, in Blitz perspective. It was brutal. If I were Blitz, I would lock myself in my room and not come out. I'm just saying, like, like Verostica, Fizz, Stolas, Millie, and Moxie. It was just
Everyone's
embarrassing. It was
watching this,
exposing. It was just very raw. And then just that, like, the tone and that, like, that, the reason why that episode is my favorite because the tone was so consistent and on point. So just, it's a good episode. I love it.
He literally had his ex-girlfriend literally sing about their sex life to further humiliate him, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good point.
I'm sorry, go on, Jinxy.
No, it's okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm jumping around again, but on the subject of like just pacing and just like things that should be earned, this whole thing of people anticipating Octavia and Luna coming together, like, you know, just communicating and having maybe like a sisterly bond or something along that line. Like, they're both two goth girls who are kind of edgy. They both have issues with their fathers. And, like, and with Luna, she doesn't really have any other family. And with Octavia, her mother is, well, from what we know so far, is just
we have yet to see her relationship with her mother.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing there. And I wonder if they'll just force something later on.
It's the only thing that indicates that she somewhat cares is because I remember earlier in that episode, you can hear Stolas say, "No, I'm not turning her against you."
Yeah, I remember that.
So that maybe means Stella cares. We don't actually really know because I have problems also with just how Stella's character is.
But and, like, if you don't want to hurt your daughter, why would you send someone to kill her father? And also, why would you do that in front of both of them at the dinner table?
Oh yeah, we were talking about this, and I'm like, I mean, clearly Stella is either not bright doing that in front of Stolas and her daughter, but also Stolas isn't that bright if he's also she's literally doing this in front of him, and he's like, you can't tell me he's too caught up in reading and shit, or he just thinks his wife's screeching in the background is just like a background noise to him now that he doesn't even know what's going on.
Exactly.
Like, I guess.
I know, but yeah, with like Stolas, Luna and Octavia, right? Like, a lot of people have been waiting for them to interact. They've just been waiting for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it still felt so forced when they finally met up. Like, seeing stars was just such a disappointing episode for, like, Luna's development as a character, because she's, like, just, now she started to, like, basically, like, just abuse Blitz, knowing he won't fight back. But on top of that, she kind of, right, like, she tries to prove that she can do her job when she hunts down Octavia, but when she meets her, it's almost like they skipped a step, right? Because really they haven't met before. They really haven't had much of a conversation. They've maybe seen each other in passing, like when Octavia breaks in and steals the book, or maybe in situations in the past. But there was never a point where they really just kind of bounced off each other and let them interact. In this, all of a sudden they have a bonding moment about their dads, which should have worked.
Yeah, it was kind of like a little bit of like a retcon right there. I was like, she's so insightful, and then she goes around and turns around and kicks Blitz in the balls.
So that just kind of means that she knows she can get away with what she's doing.
Exactly.
But she knows how to maybe behave, I guess, or be better.
Like, be better.
Well, she knows how to treat Octavia and not, like, be hostile towards her, so that means that somehow Luna does know how to treat people.
She does know how to be civil towards people.
She just chooses not to, is the sad outcome here they're showing us.
Essentially, yeah. And I don't know, maybe personally, I just found like they could have been somewhat of a build-up. I was thinking they could have done like a road trip episode where they could have interacted more and bonded. Instead, it just feels like it's all put into one scene.
It could have just been those two.
Yeah, on the hood of the car, and they're just laying there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. They should have had a girls' road trip episode.
Could have gotten away from their dads and stuff, bonded. That could have worked.
Yeah, and then Stolas and Blitz would have had their own mini road trip trying to get the girls.
And be forced to actually, they'd have to,
they have to interact with each other.
And that could have actually made them kind of possibly get to know each other more.
Maybe they found out they liked the same music. I don't know. Okay, now I kind of want that scene where like Peter and Brian are just like, oh, this song's okay.
Yeah.
I love this song. Yeah, I love this song too. And they're just like, yeah, this song's okay.
Yeah.
I love the song. They just like both start gushing over the same song.
Yeah.
I want that to happen now.
Yeah, I could have, yeah.
I wish like that, kind of like a Goofy movie-esque sort of thing, right?
Oh man, yeah, Goofy.
They could have done that. It could have been set up for that, but it feels so rushed. Like, I don't understand completely why Octavia is like suddenly so receptive towards Luna. Like, they've never. I think for me, it's the fact they've never established the fact that they've talked before, and they just suddenly are opening up. And I get Octavia.
They're both closed off people. You don't think they would just automatically just respond to each other? They're closed off people, her and Luna.
Yeah,
I know, but maybe. But I do like the contrast that maybe they're both closed off people and they can find that within each other.
It could have still been done better if they wanted to.
She was feeling very emotional that day, so maybe she was a little bit more open to being receptive to like advice or just anything at that point.
Still could have, been maybe done better, but yeah.
Yeah, it could have been like handled differently, but
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, I don't know. Generally, I feel like it's just that there could have been so much more done. Because I find with generally Octavia, we haven't really seen much of her. So it would have been really cool to have an episode just dedicated to her and Luna and learning more about them in general. So to see it kind of rushed like this, it's just, it hurts a bit. Because I was really looking forward to seeing them interact. And when they finally do.
Yeah, they bring out interesting things in each other.
Yeah.
I like seeing, like, just to have Octavia around more so I could see that side of Luna more.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. She knows how to be decent around other people.
About tiny owl girls who are hurting inside.
Who will possibly be, I guess, her future sister, I guess, if the Stolitz is supposed to still happen.
I don't know.
Either way, they could just bond to be friends.
Or can I just throw this out there, and I'm not like meaning this in a gross way, like maybe Octavia will develop like a one-sided crush on Luna. I don't know.
I've seen some fan art of that. Like, I remember it was getting to the point where people were like, I don't care if they start to ship them as like girlfriend boyfriend or, oh sorry, girlfriend boyfriend. That girlfriend girlfriend.
Yeah.
I I don't know how I did that. Sorry, but yeah, like a relationship between each other, or
No,
like
I get it.
sisterly
I get it.
relationship.
Everyone here gets it.
Yeah. They can have it all.
And you could have it all. Yeah, it was getting to the point where people just wanted to see them interact, and it was just
So short and sad and just wasn't what we wanted.
Again, it's always we have these wonderful moments, like the moments that really matter, and then they're so short.
They're so short and you're like, I need more!
Like I want to reference to the B episode. Like we didn't talk about this in our thing in the past video, but
yeah, but it still counts.
the moment was really abruptly just like cut off. I mean, it was funny, but still, did we need Blitz throwing up?
Oh god, I love that. I forgot to talk about that part, but I love that part where he finally talked about the angst. He was like, am I gonna die alone or are you gonna be there, Luna? And then, yeah, that was great. Thanks for showing the angst only for, like, don't give me crumbs of angst, damn it.
And
But
don't
they
fuck
did.
it up with vomit.
And then afterwards, he's like, oh yeah, I did have to throw up. We already knew, but we didn't need to see it, man.
We didn't need to see go all Exorcist style.
I know.
yeah. I guess,
Man. It ruined the moment, like the dildos. Like the dildos.
Yes, vomit and dildos ruin moments.
Yes.
they really do.
Go on, Jinx.
Yeah, I guess. Let me see. I have a couple of other ones, but yeah, I'm going back a bit now. But this whole thing with Stryker, I found in general they really just kind of screwed up his character. Like
I'm gonna rage about that so hard.
I'll let you rage about it. I just found in general, like, he was actually really intimidating. He was, like, a really cool character. He actually...
Norman Reedus played him.
Yeah.
I love Norman Reedus as him. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was great.
Go on.
Yeah, he was an actually worthy foe to, like, Moxie and Millie. Like, he could take Millie down even when she was in that rage state.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he still beat the crap out of them. That's still the constant.
And
That's-
plot convenience, Millie is only thwarted by a bear trap left in the basement.
Why
I
were those
know, I
open
was
down
about
there
to
and-
mention that. Yeah, and just generally,
What a way to write a character out just to not have her do anything. That was a little like.
Millie has no character. That is essential to the Helluva Boss plot. Like,
Moxie's wife, you mean? Because that's all I know her as.
We just like I've just nicknamed her Good Woman Millie because like the way
Good woman,
because the way
she
Moxie
only does.
emphasized to his father Crimson, she's a good woman.
She's a good woman, Dad.
So I'm just like, okay, she's just Good Woman Millie now.
yeah,
She's
essential.
she'll fucking hit Fizz over the head with a guitar to stop him.
Strong ass
She'll
guitar.
stab the shit out of Stryker to stop him from, strangling the shit out of her husband. Because that's
She'll
what he-
take on a mob to get her
She'll
husband
take
back.
on, take on a mob to go, Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, she's a one-woman army, but that's all she is. That's all
I know. I don't know.
What are you, Moxie's wife?
I really hope they actually do
Tell
an
me,
episode about
What are you,
that.
Good Woman Millie?
Yeah, and I hope it's good.
I know.
Yeah. I want to talk about what episode number is it with the Millie's family and the farm?
That's the one with Stryker in it. That's the fucking Moon Harvest.
Okay, the Moon Harvest episode. There were so many moments where like it could have focused on Millie. Like, okay, we saw her mother say, "Oh, you're better than this." Yeah, there's many times in that episode where Millie's kind of like, kind of shit on by her
Millie
family.
Millie can't even do the whatever the thing they were doing. I really can't remember now. But her sister still could, even though they both killed people. They're like, your sister doesn't have the neighborhood body count, and then she's like, yes, she does. And then like you're literally telling me over there walking, if they don't find the bodies, meaning that she's done the same thing as Millie. Just people, I guess,
But
haven't
she's just
caught
done
her.
it better.
See, and then I guess she didn't get caught, so yay, Millie's sister.
And I
still
want
gets
to point
do it.
out, everyone was all like, "Ooh, goo goo gaga, this voice, the new voice for Stryker is just as good." I'm like, no,
No,
he
it's not.
sounds exactly like Millie's father.
That's all I heard.
That's all I heard. Guess what? Everywhere Bosco plays Millie's father. He's just
I know
using Millie's dad's voice.
I know they were trying the best that they could if they couldn't get Norman Reedus back, but still,
I'm like, Stryker just sounds straight up like Millie's dad.
yes, they were trying the best that they could, but it was like, I know that's Millie's dad in disguise there. So, yeah.
No, that's a very good point. Yeah, throughout the episode, I was just like, this really doesn't seem like Stryker. I know you were trying, and I appreciate that, but I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm not
it's
trying
just,
to shit on them.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm not trying to say that, but yeah, just generally, it really didn't seem like.
I know they were trying their best, but it was still like it just.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, it didn't. And then I think it just almost makes the character feel even more different. Besides the voice change, or they wrote him that way, but I don't really know.
Well, it's definitely out of character when he has a huge statue of himself with a giant boner.
That did not feel like Stryker at all. That felt like that was something
I'm
like
dude,
Chaz.
my dude.
Chaz would have done.
It's a Chaz
another
thing.
reminder, Chaz.
I know.
We don't need Chaz 2.0.
Chaz is dead.
I'll just leave him dead. Is there a way we could just kind of wipe him from the episode? Just kind of like
maybe, because if you really think about it,
oh yeah,
he was supposed to be both Millie and Moxie's exes. But if you think about it, you don't think of that he's Millie's ex at all. Because if you
the way they interacted with each other too didn't even indicate that they were anything.
We don't even know what their relationship was. We don't even know why they broke up.
Well, okay, I remember the episode opens.
She doesn't even really seem to even start really hating him more until she finds out that what he did to her husband. Then it's Millie.
Listen,
Millie getting pissed at
the episode opens with Millie in a fit.
Oh yeah,
in a tizzy, and she's just beating the shit out of this random dummy in the corner over there,
screeching like a maniac.
She said, "I just bumped into my boyfriend, and he's talking about how big his dick is and how much money or how rich he is." And then suddenly, I'm like, okay. Later on, you learn that the boyfriend she's talking about is Chaz. But I'm like, how did he get from outside of the imp building, to all the way in the greed ring, with no helicopter escort?
Just since the pacing doesn't fit the show, I guess.
How did he get from there to there?
That's how did he do that? I was thinking about that too. It was just a little thing in the background, but I couldn't help but think, like, how did he do that? How do you get that?
Like, why were you outside of the imp building and
was
then?
He magical? Magical.
Yeah. I didn't see you riding with them in the helicopter.
You hanging on to it, man, and then you waited because that would maybe make sense. Yeah, he was hanging on to it. He got there, waited as long as he could. Said, then I'm gonna make my entrance in there because that would actually save this.
I don't know. Also,
saying
what changes about Millie and Chaz if you just take that out of them being boyfriend and exes?
She seems to only get more pissed at him. Like she was like. He was like an annoyance to her. But as soon as she finds out what he does to Moxie, then it's like, then I want to fucking kill you. I'm like, so what was your guys' relationship? Was it not all that bad? You just broke up because you're only pissed at what he did to Moxie. Like, what did he do to you?
Yeah, what did he do to you, Millie?
Who hurt you, Millie?
Who hurt you, good woman Millie? Who hurt you? How did Chaz hurt you? Please tell us. And how come you and Moxie haven't sat down and talked about your exes? Usually, you know, in some point of relationship, you guys are eventually to bag on your exes.
So why would they bag on this one? I mean, it's look at Chaz. Who wouldn't talk shit about him?
Oh, jeez, let me tell you about this one ex I had. He just couldn't stop about how he's so annoying.
He couldn't stop talking about his fucking dick. Oh yeah, me too. I had a fucking ex that didn't stop that. He talked about his fucking dick all the time.
Yeah, and he had like weird long ass arms.
Yeah, he was like.
I did too. Wait. What was his name? Chaz?
Chaz. Wait, mine was named that too. Wait.
What?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know how that didn't. I don't know how they didn't have that conversation. That would have been hilarious.
That would have been a way funnier opening. Like,
it would have been. Wait, this is the fucker you told, or it could have even been like this. Then they're like Chaz. They're like, and then they look at each other. This is the fucker you told me about. That could have even saved it.
That could have been funny.
It could have been. This is the fucker you told me about. This horrible ex. Yeah, he was your ex too. Yeah.
That would have been.
Yeah, that could have saved.
I just thought we just both happened to date someone named Chaz.
I didn't even put two and two together. Yeah, You could have still done that. Where I didn't think we dated the same Chaz. I know.
I know we both like just ended up dating. Like, we just so happened to both date someone named Chaz, but I didn't know that was the same Chaz.
I actually attracted to the same kind of moron. I don't know because like, look at him. How did he get with these two? Same.
Overall, I love that episode with everything that happened with Moxie's backstory, but every moment Chaz was on screen, I was just like, I want.
Oh God, his song! I'm sorry, I just remembered his song.
I know. Don't remind me of that train.
I know. It was so bad. I watched it with my mom, man. It was not fun.
Of all the songs you had to share with your mom, you watched the Chaz one.
I know.
I saw my mom slowly die.
I saw
inside.
my mom's face of like, this is what you like watching, and I was like, I'm sorry, Mom.
Wait, here's a question: would you prefer like?
I wish this could have been a better episode.
This one.
Mom.
God, that's a good
Jesus.
question.
That is a really good question, and it's hard that I can't answer just fast enough. Like, what
Can I just pick Osmodius?
No. No, it has to be the ones you don't want to listen
Okay.
to.
God.
I guess I would have to take the Cotton Candy one. I guess I would take that over Chaz's goddamn song.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, cotton candy.
I'd rather get Cotton Candy stuck in my head than fucking, oh god, Chaz's song.
Yeah, I feel like just generally it's cotton candy definitely.
Yeah.
I guess my last point, speaking of like villains and antagonists and like Helluva Boss in general, I have not seen most of them. Like I don't remember the last time. I don't think sorry. Are we ever gonna see the cherubs again? Are we ever?
I have no idea.
I know.
Yeah, they're kind of on Earth, so I don't know. We haven't really been to Earth since like season 2, episode 2, so I don't know.
I find they just bring like new villains for each episode.
Are they gonna turn into imps?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that whole thing. I think it was Sarcastic Chorus who I remember bringing this up, but like the whole concept of them murdering people who have, are that they're murdering people who are often just as bad as them or worse, and they end up going to hell. Aren't they going to come back and get them at some point? Or
yeah, how have they not faced that yet?
Yeah, it's just,
how they live their lives, man, normally.
It's kind of weird that also in season 2 we haven't really like touched up on the imp as in like the establishment or like the immediate murder professional like
they haven't
as
really,
a whole.
like they kind of said in episode 3 they were supposed to be doing something, but oh no, it was actually meeting Moxie's dad, which was all a lie to get Moxie there. So yeah, we haven't actually seen them in action of actually doing something for him.
Also, what was Chaz's motive for marrying Moxie?
Yeah,
like
besides
Crimson
being
thought
annoying.
that Chaz was just
oh yeah, why
filthy
why
stinking
wasn't
rich.
Crimson smarter than this? Like, how did you know he actually had that money or not?
Yeah, how
Because
would you know if Chaz, like, look at him.
look at him.
He's a fucking slime. Like, do you really think this dude has like even like $1 to his name?
Because he didn't actually.
Well, like, what was his motive? Like, did he think that did Chaz think he was marrying into money, or did he think that Crimson think that
him
that
and
Moxie was
had
marrying into money?
Yeah, him and Moxie kind of had also history and stuff. So did he actually care about Moxie? Like, I don't know. It was never really shown. I'm assuming that I guess he didn't. I don't really know. I don't know.
I thought the whole thing with like Chaz was he wanted to get married to Moxie so that way he could get like the power that would come with the Mafia. But even
that's
then,
a good point.
But even then, it was kind of confusing because generally it seemed like he was somewhat like he was in a relationship with Moxie before. He somewhat knew that what the Mafia was like at the time, and he probably knew that they weren't doing as well then. So why would he?
Why were you trying again?
Yeah, it was just so generally
why.
confusing.
And also, you left the son of a notorious mob boss to die.
He did leave the son of a mob boss to die and stuff.
Why?
So
How come Moxie's father didn't hunt your ass down already?
Kill you, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because like but he kind of looked like he felt bad for leaving Moxie. So did he actually at least at one time actually care about Moxie?
I know. I wish Moxie like asked him. He's like, "Why did you leave me there?
Why did you even care about me?" Because it's like you looked like you kind of
no, but instead we get Chaz's.
Yeah, we get Chaz's song and tried to sleep with Moxie there because he somehow thought that was happening. He did. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about Stella for a minute.
Go for it.
I want to
next on the list.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like, I want to know what's on Jinxie's list first before we dive into Stella. Do you have anything else you want to add, Jinxie?
Oh, sorry. Let me see. Yeah, that's pretty much. I have a couple of things, but they're not really as big, and we've already just kind of talked about them. I think overall, I just find with the villains, like they have like a new villain each episode, usually, or a new antagonist, and then we just never hear about them again. And I can't help but think it's just like, I don't know, maybe this is the more cynical side of me, but it feels like just a ploy for new merch, right? Like new character, new merch, new fan art,
Almost
new
a little
buzz.
bit, yeah.
Yeah, and then when we
love to use Luna a lot.
Yeah, they do.
To sell that merch.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She's in a lot of those ones that you always see as like, get the merch. She's always there.
Yeah, always.
Except, yeah.
Yeah.
She has a cool character design, but that's the only thing cool about her at this point. Like, after seeing how
She gets those beeps.
But on the subject of Stella,
Yeah.
I find generally for like the show, it tries so hard to give everyone's like a background story, like
that there's something more going on with them
underneath
than meets the eye.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Especially with like the main character, like the main cast
For
members.
people that are assholes, they got more going on than they're just assholes.
They're like ogres. They have layers.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I mean, or onions, whatever. They're like ogres who are like onions. Shut up. They're like ogres who are like onions who have layers. There, I said it.
You got it. Don't worry.
You got it, girl.
Thank you.
But yeah, for Stella, she's nothing. And if anything, they've made her even worse. Like,
Episode 4 actually made her far worse. That I literally was like, why? I just like, it's just okay. They tried to say in pretty much the circus and stuff that she's just a bitch, just to be a bitch. She's always hated Stolas. She loves tormenting him and stuff, and there's no other reason for that besides she was an evil demon child even when she was a child. I guess we're selling this. Okay. And she just loves tormenting him.
Right.
She loves tormenting him and stuff, and then he's like, I'm putting my foot down, bitch, and you're not beating me up anymore, and I'm finally divorcing you. And she's like, I'm gonna make you pay for this. And she sounded kind of menacing there. She's like, you will pay for this, bitch.
I took her seriously.
Yeah. At least I thought she had a point with what she was doing.
I know.
And then, okay, let's go. Yeah, and then let's go to episode 4, where she is a fucking utter dumbass here, okay? Like, oh my god, like, she literally is like, oh, like, she wants him dead.
Let's talk about the opening. Like, they're in, like, the little bistro.
Yeah,
And then, like, the way she looks at him, like, this
Yeah,
the glance, like, side-eye, like, he looks like the tone right there I thought could have been, like, it was kind of really interesting because he's being shot at. He looks down. Stella's just looking at him with this evil...
She gives him this glance like,
she's
yeah,
like,
I did
it's
this.
me.
It's me, bitch.
It's me. And he's like, what? And I was like, oh, okay.
He's like,
realized she just revealed that she's trying to kill him. And then I'm like,
I would have more loved if he had just went like there. She made that face, and then he would have.
And he looks like he was taking this situation seriously.
You could have added that he went like, you, like
he's like, you did this?
You did this. It could have.
And it looked like he was taking the situation seriously, and the next thing he's on the back of the horse, and he's like,
somehow he's.
Oh wait, am I really in danger?
Yes.
Him. Yeah. Am I in danger? You just seen your wife.
It's the shift in the tone. I'm like, what?
Like, why don't you know you're in danger? You just saw your wife.
Why would you have Stella reveal herself to be like that?
Why
that
is he wondering why he's still in danger then? Okay, and then her and her brother are like, they already had tea at that place, and then they're back at her brother's place having some more tea. Why?
Can't get enough of that tea.
No, definitely
They're
not.
spilling the tea while having tea.
They're chronically
she's dumb enough. I
British.
guess she's got to keep drinking.
They're chronically British. It's an affliction.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyway, she's like, and then like her brother is basically getting shit out of her because she is dumb. She's not like, he doesn't
even have to try that hard.
No, he insults her many times to her face and stuff, but he's doing it in such a way that she can't tell.
He's patronizing her.
Yeah,
I'm fucking so stupid.
Okay, so anyway,
patronizing her.
He basically has to spell it out for her, and I'm like, but she came up with this plan. She literally came up with this plan to kill her husband, and then she wants him dead. She continuously says that. She even whines about it, like, I want him dead so badly. Like, oh my god, you are like a child.
Here, let me give you back your binky.
I know. Exactly.
I know, and before...
And her brother here has to be smarter for her, and it feels like...
Go on.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, at the very first no, not the first episode, in Lululand, right? Like, her meltdown about him basically cheating on her with an imp.
Yeah.
It seemed like she was more upset with the fact that he cheated on her with an imp, because, you know, the whole class thing that they never really talk about, right?
Yeah, it was kind of embarrassing her, or so we thought, but we've never really seen it that it's affecting her status or anything.
Go on.
Yeah, it would have been really interesting if they actually, like, went into that more, and why, like, it would have explained maybe the class system a bit that they never
We could have
talked
seen
about.
her one day going about, and she could see people whispering and stuff, and then it's like, she could hear the whispers of them
Tabloids.
literally making fun of her because her husband slept with an imp or something.
Yeah, and also
no.
I want to like I want Jinxy to finish what she's saying,
Yeah.
but I want to just bring this up. The class thing, right? And this takes place in the same universe as Has-Been Hotel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
does.
so Charlie is like a tier above the Sins, right? She's the princess of hell.
Right.
And Vaggie is like what, a sinner?
She's a sinner, yeah.
And sinners are like down there with like what, they're like a tier above Hellborns, or are they like a tier below Hellborns?
They were a tier above, or
Yeah,
that
they
could
were
just
above
been someone.
So
Yeah.
still though,
above
it's
somehow?
still very low ranking.
Yeah.
What does that say about the princess of hell with a sinner?
Yeah. I guess it's just gonna go kind of like the Texan B kind of situation.
The princess of hell and a sinner.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I guess it's gonna go just like
Okay, that's
That.
just, I just wanted to randomly bring that up.
it is a good point, but I feel like it'll just be like maybe the Texan B situation.
I guess so.
I guess it won't really be talked about.
Just sweep it under the rug until it becomes convenient, then we'll pull it back out again.
Convenient to point
Until
out.
somebody like gets a wild
Oh
hair
yeah,
up their
getting
ass.
to what's convenient stuff. It feels like they only brought her brother in here as a character and stuff to be actually smarter than Stella. I can't help but feel like his debut of actually, he's got to be the smarter one with the plans here.
The man with the plan. The brain behind the brains.
Yeah, so it feels like, you know, he's got to help Stella along, even though she came up with this plan all along, but someone's got to help her do it the right way.
And she had no plan. He's coming up with a plan.
Yeah.
He got a plan that he's gonna make her think that he's gonna make her believe that she came up with this plan, even though it was him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All these characters.
Go on, Jinxie.
Yeah, it just feels like a lot of the story has changed so much ever since the pilot, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think some of the things
No.
they've changed have been kind of cool, but there's certain things like I feel like they had a completely different story going at the start, and then it changed. Whether the relationship with Stolas and Blitz, Stella's motivations, there's just the drama, like all the different characters' backstories. I feel like some of it was not supposed to really be there, and it was supposed to be more of a slice of life thing. And
Yeah.
the change, it's not necessarily bad, but it was just, I find they never really filled in even the more basic things. And everyone.
Oh, and Stolas was absolved of all his cheating, like. I mean, yeah.
All his
They
faults.
could have done better if they wanted to show it and stuff, but they kind of have glossed over it now that has made that his cheating was okay because Stella's been a bitch all along and stuff. Like, he still could have, like, even in the circus episode, he's all like, I would feel bad for what I did to you, but you don't actually care. I mean,
I know.
you're still cheated,
like,
man.
why
Like,
even like
there's no kind of thing of justified cheating here, but they've now shown it's justified because Stella sucks.
I love me a good like adultery like trope, and
Yeah,
I've
sure,
seen
but-
lots of like juicy adultery tropes handled very
It could
well.
have been. Yeah, but it's like maybe still acknowledge it at least that he did cheat and stuff, and it's not like okay because he gets away with it in a way. Like
The moment Stella said, like,
that just still could have been that like yeah he's not in love with Stella and stuff. He did cheat, so
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. If you,
Oh, yeah,
you
go
can
on.
Go on.
Yeah, the moment that Stella said she enjoyed tormenting him, I was like, oh great, we're just going down this rabbit hole, and like, even if they made her okay, so she's a very malicious person. She's not even
Very wicked.
Yeah, like okay, they've decided that they're going to go the wicked route. She's not very smart, so she has to be carried by this guy who is basically manipulating her while insulting her at the same time to do what basically his motivations.
Patronizing.
Yeah, patronizing, and it's just I don't know. They could have done so much more. I guess that's just my argument. I feel like you guys are doing a much better job expressing that than I am. But yeah, I'm just.
Oh no, you're wonderful.
Yeah, you're wonderful. I just feel like I don't know. They could have given maybe a reason of why she treats him so horribly in the marriage and stuff as a way to control that she was forced into the marriage too.
Can I like just randomly bring up like I don't know if anybody is like I know you have seen it, but have you seen the Swan Princess?
I think I've heard of it. Is it the one where at first they don't get along, like the two? Kids?
Exactly. The other two. They're excuse me. Let me turn off my mic for a second. I'm about to. yeah, they started out like it's like they hated each other, and then one day the parents like locked them in a room, and then they're like, oh, I love you now because you're hot, and she sees something in him. I don't know exactly what. That haircut.
The haircut.
Oh, you should see his hair. Anyway,
Yeah, dude, we gotta watch this sometime. Like you're like, I just want like that. We could have like maybe like that was even handled better than what they're doing with Stolas and Zilla.
like, yeah, they could have shown in the marriage that, like, she literally does abuse him and treat him the way she does because it gives her a sense of control, because she was forced into a marriage, too. That could have worked, you know? She feels a sense of control to be this horrible person to him stuff because, you know, it's the one thing she has control of.
Okay, now I really want like,
Could have worked.
I really want Stella to be Derek and her brother to be his friend, and like Stolas to be Odette. And he's like, he started out as such an ugly duckling, and now he's a swan.
Yeah.
And what else do you like about me, Stella?
Oh.
What else is there? How to offend a Goetia in 5 syllables or less.
And then from that moment on, he never liked Stella ever.
Something like that.
Could have worked. That could even work.
That could
have.
have been so much better.
Yeah. I'm just saying that they could have added more to her backstory if they still wanted her to be, I guess, terrible. It just could be differently done, I guess. Instead of that, she's been a demon bitch child since the day she was born.
A hellion.
Okay, yeah, you get what I mean, though. She is a demon, but you know what I mean.
A brat. Alright. I can feel we're losing some steam here, so... Like, do you guys feel good?
Yeah,
Like,
I feel
GC,
good.
do you have any more points?
I'll look over, but I think I got everything.
Alright, this feels good. And this has been our unscripted jibber-jab about Helluva Boss as a whole with our lovely guest, Jinxy.
Ayo.
I'm
you for having me on.
Boonedoggle. And this is Skullduggery. Bye-bye, boo.
Stay beautiful.